Okay, we're ready to start when you are.
Call to order. We stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Chairperson Pankowski,
I'm here.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Wells,
Present.
Commissioner Martin, absent, excused. Commissioner Sterrett,
Here.
Commissioner Meyer.
Here.
Verification of agenda posting. The agenda for the Airport Advisory Commission of the City of Hollister meeting of April 27th, 2022, posted on the bulletin board at City Hall on April 19th at 10 a.m. per Government Code Section 54954.2.
On the 4, consent for approve of the minutes of the Airport Advisory Commission meeting from March 23rd, 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Airport Advisory Commission meeting of March 23rd. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Section 5, public input.
There's nobody on Zoom and nobody, I guess. Not to me. They don't normally come to me. So
We'll move right along. Reports, number 6.
Fly-in 110 anniversary update.
I'm still trying to get a group or a committee together to do that, so I would like to do it. It's going to be something separate from the 150th anniversary. I couldn't get enough interest of people. There was a lot of people involved with the 150 downtown, so I decided it would probably be better to do something separate, and maybe when the new airport manager comes, we can collaborate on something and work on that.
CAL FIRE ground lease.
So right now, the attorney and myself are kind of going through everything. There are not too many changes that we want, so hopefully it'll come together here soon. No, that's it.
Once it comes together, you got any idea how soon it would progress after that?
We're working on the legal description also. They want 15 acres, but we've gone back and forth. When they do a map, it's like 13.5 or 14.2. So we've been going back and forth with our legal team regarding the description. So it's going to take a little while. I would say at least a year to go back and forth on all this.
Dealing with the
Is that
state.
Site
Yeah.
survey that complex? I mean, it should be.
Well, it's usually all the other things with the state.
Yeah.
It's-
When does their current lease where they are expire?
They just, it was just extended, what, 5 years?
Okay, so they have some time to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
But one of our last meeting before last, we brought up the possibility for EPA looking
We
at.
can put that on the agenda next time, because that's not on the agenda this time
No,
for the E EPA.
no, but we brought that up, and I sent a letter to the city manager and mayor and city council. I just wonder if any reaction to that.
because it's not on the agenda, we can tell you I can tell you after the council meeting, but it's not agendized, so that would be a violation of the Brown
Do you
Act.
need somebody to agendize, or you guys gonna, somebody agendize it? for the
It
city?
was in the minutes from the last meeting, under CAL FIRE ground update, lease update.
Yeah, but, well, when you kind of say EPA or EPA grant, that's, you're kind of a little bit separate then.
So
Yeah,
what is-
I only question the wisdom of a 5-year lease with CAL FIRE, because it's kind of, my thought was you want to get it, it's to the airport's benefit to get them moved where they want to go, we want them to go, and giving them a 5-year lease is just more time to sit on their hands.
I mean, I would agree with you on that. That's why we're really pushing them to get over to the
Yeah.
other spot. But it's gonna take time to construct too, and, with construction, you never know what will take. But we'll keep pushing them, because I do not like the lease that we currently have for the current roughly 10 acres that we have.
Okay.
If they break, with the new lease on the other side, if they're still occupying the current spot, the new spot, will they start paying on that lease as soon as they break ground? Or is it another one of those contingent on,
There currently says upon completion or occupancy that they start paying on that lease. I'm sure what that was really meant for is, because that way they're not paying 2 leases. However, there was no clause to that, if they don't build within a certain time, that the lease went away. That's the issue, is that we've gone 10 years without them paying anything for that land, and it's, that's prime airport land.
You think it's only 10 years?
It's been 10 years, yeah.
Hmm.
So, but they've got another 30 years to go that they could just sit on that land, which I've talked to both our state representatives and our federal representative to push on getting this contract to move forward so that we can get out, either let us out of it or build, so that we can at least improve the airport at that location.
was there any conversation with them about doing a year lease, a renewal on the current spot, and then renewing it?
No.
Where did the term 5 years come?
When we did our amendment number 7 to their current lease, that was written into that amendment.
Yeah, no, as the state has extra, a surplus budget, one of their programs was wildfire activities and how to kind of help prevent it, that they wrote into their budget for purchasing of land here at Hollister. So there are finally funding. We just need to make sure we go out there and get it before they come up with, a reason to not fulfill that budget. So that's why we're working quickly to get that done, so we can get a new lease on that land, so that there is some clause in there. If they don't move forward, they lose that land.
In a certain time frame, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
We good. Airport manager?
Yeah, I will tell you that we've did a round of interviews. We had a community panel and an expert panel. Everything went well. We are kind of right now in the middle of negotiations. I will be bringing those negotiations to the city council in closed session on May 2nd. And hopefully council will agree with the terms that we've come up with, and we will get that person in as soon as possible. And we'll take their contract to the next the meeting after the 2nd, which will be the 16th.
So the negotiations is with just one?
Correct. I only need one right now.
Now, I realize we're an advisory commission, but we did ask if we could be have any impact or any knowledge of what's going on with this as far as looking at a resume, kind of being kept abreast of it. And the reason for that is an airport is such a unique business that we had a airport manager that had no knowledge of airport. And he costs the airport a lot of money. Just what I know of, just off the top, was $1.7 million that he created a loss for the, and it's, it seems it's not fair to ask tenants to pay rent and then have somebody, well, as you're paying the rent, he's throwing it out the back door. So we're concerned about being in that position again, and that's, I think it was a reasonable request. Can we at least be kept abreast of what's going on, not after the fact?
Yeah, and I will say, Renee was on the interview panel. So we feel like we had different representatives from the airport out there to help us with the advisory of a manager that would run it correctly and also maybe have the personality that got along with everybody out there too.
Good luck with that. But is he, have an aviation background?
Yeah.
All 5 candidates that we interviewed were really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I have to report.
Removal of old buildings.
You want me to handle that one? I will say we were very excited when let me back up. We weren't excited that a building burned down up in Vista Park Hill, but when we got the price to demolish the burnt building, we got a really great price. So we removed 2 other buildings, which was about $220,000 to do it. So we said, well, can you look at these buildings? Because 3 buildings costing $220,000, and we should be able to do 2 of them for the same price. Well, we did not get that great a quote. It was like $350,000 to do that. So we will keep working with the airport's budget, and as we have reserves to finally do that. I have not talked to council. We're going to be doing the budget here in the near future. I would like to maybe even kind of entertain maybe that we do an interfund loan between the airport and the general fund to maybe front that money so we can knock those buildings down, have a good presentation for anybody that wants to maybe to build out there. So we'll start entertaining that, what ways we can do, because first impressions mean a lot. So if we can clean that all up and have that'll allow people to maybe have a better look at it and slowly pay back the general fund.
Is there any word on,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I know you applied for a
Yeah.
Brownsville grant. and
I applied for a grant for $3.5 million, and that hopefully will knock down those buildings to build a terminal out there. I
And
won't know until June.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're looking at all the different ways that we can. We're looking at. The way I just brought up would be kind of the backup plan if we don't get the grants. But I will say the feds and the state are really throwing money around, so hopefully we can get our hand. I feel like we're in those booths where the money's going around and you're just grabbing it as fast as you can, and that's what we're trying to do.
I also wrote a letter to the state senate and to see, because apparently they have a lot of money too, that they might.
Yeah, they're looking at earmarks and things like
Yeah.
that.
Is there any block funding grant funds?
No.
That wouldn't fit?
Yeah, usually
Those are
yeah, it's got to be more usually
specific
yeah,
to.
yeah, economic disadvantaged areas.
When you say 3 buildings, that's primarily all the buildings that are standing there right now.
Correct.
Right. Because I remember our former airport manager was quoting us numbers like $2 million, and this was never going to get done. So you're saying 300? That's great
Yeah, it
news.
was a quote we got, wasn't it 350,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was glad we knocked off a 0. I just
Yes.
needed, I was hoping we could, got it down to 200,000 or something like that, that we could we can manage that. So,
I understood that the big expense was because of the asbestos. Is that still an issue?
yeah, it's the asbestos and the lead, pretty much then containing it and then having to take it to a disposal landfill so that you have that trucking cost.
Did you say Truckee Tahoe?
Trucking, to truck the debris out to Kettleman or where,
right.
or,
So it's not
Good
going
call.
here.
no.
Good.
Through the fence?
Need a bigger bottle of water. So we're very thrilled that been working with the FAA back and forth, that we will have our first through the fence agreement for Bob N's place with Zero Avia. That item will be going to the council on the 2nd to be, that agreement will be there to approve. So I believe they are trying to have their plane come in on May 4th. And then I believe they're trying to get some kind of ribbon cutting for May 6th. So, no, we're very excited. It'll be a first one and hopefully the first one of many.
You said the company's Zero Avia?
Zero Avia.
Avia.
Yeah.
And what-
It doesn't roll off your tongue.
They're,
Say that again?
It doesn't roll off the
No.
tongue.
they're converting,
Hydrogen.
passenger
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
planes to, hydrogen electric powertrain.
Think they got them far enough away?
And they're hiring like 30 people to help with that, so it's a
Is-
good thing for the city.
That's not related to the one that's out there now at the...
It is.
It is, okay. I didn't know what their name was.
Yeah.
So they've negotiated the amount of the charge for through the fence? Is that all done already?
Yep.
Good, okay, thank you.
Sure.
Old business?
Sure. Is there old business we'd like to bring up? Wait for the next one.
How about update on Salarino's hangar? Is that old, that's old business, right?
There's nothing.
Is anyone in there?
I don't think he's got his certificate yet.
Okay.
I still think we're working on the landscape around there before it's approved.
Still paying rent? Yeah.
I heard that Zero Avia might have come in today, and they asked me if there might be a place to keep that plane over the weekend in a hangar until they get through the fence. I don't know if you have, I was thinking maybe Min or Sal or. Pretty good size airplane. I haven't seen it yet.
It's big. It's a twin turboprop. It's gotta be 50 feet wingspan, at least.
Bigger than a King Air?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll ask around. Let me know if. All right. No more old business.
New business.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a thought, and I've had it for a long time. Doesn't make it valid. But you see how well Seabreeze is doing out at the restaurant? Because I think combination things, people like to be at the airport, nice outside thing. Even the old restaurant there did well. And I look at it, I'm more of a atmosphere guy than I am the food guy. And I've always thought for a long time, I'd like to see a restaurant looking out onto runway 31. And I say this is probably, we got that parking lot in front of the Jet Center there. And I don't know if that could be converted into a second-story building above that, keep the parking there, and have a restaurant there. I tell you, everybody in town would go to that restaurant, regardless how bad the food is. Great sunsets, just a thought, and I don't know if it's plausible that we bring that up to somebody that might be interested in investing in that. Of course, restaurants are bad business, I recognize that, but it's maybe fulfilling. I just like the idea of, I would enjoy sitting up there in the evening and watching the sunset and,
I was born and raised in San Luis Obispo, and their restaurant is set up just like that, so
yeah,
I see your vision.
yeah.
Who, does the airport and city own the parking lot between Hollister Jet Center? I mean, of course they probably do, right? Because it's all the airport.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, in between?
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's
skydiving
yeah.
and the,
next
I
to
mean, not
Hugh
skydiving.
Bickles and Hollister Jet Center. Build a structure there. Just a thought. Maybe nobody likes it. But how about Dave? Does that sound interesting to you?
I think that would
Yeah,
be a
that
good
would-
place for.
It's
for
a
the
bad
lou-
investment, but it would be nice.
A good place for the lounge, and then a deck above where you could look out.
Yeah. Yeah. The old
And then put
Squadron 8 or whatever that was, yeah.
put airport parking behind, where the
Well, you
old
put-
buildings are.
You could park underneath. You want to be up anyhow, sort of view. And
It's a
mean-
good,
Bickles building will be coming vacant. Maybe he would expand it.
Items for next agenda. The new manager will be here for the next meeting?
I sure hope so.
So should we put something down on there? Maybe introduction or something?
I got an item for old business, if nobody minds. I'd asked this question before, never got an answer, but I know Tony knows, 'cause Tony knows everything. Where the Black Hawk helicopter is now,
Yes.
is CAL FIRE renting that spot?
Yes. That was part of amendment number 7 to the original lease.
What do they pay for that?
$12,179.38. That's for the whole thing. That's that property. That's their monthly.
That's per year?
$900 a year? Month? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
That was per month. Did you hear that, Fred?
Yeah,
What's that? That was per month?
that's per year, isn't it?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger number was for the whole year.
The whole year.
I would say items A, B, C, D, and E remain on the next agenda. And the reason for item E, through the fence, I just wanted to get an update on the Clearest project, if there might be one. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
the
they're-
defense, but what that, I don't know if they've announced it yet, what it is.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, it won't be announced that soon.
But can we leave it on the agenda just
Sure.
in case, so we don't forget about it? Okay.
Any
I
action
agree to
items?
leave it on the agenda.
What?
Say it again, Fred?
I agree to leave that on the agenda.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement, A, B, C, D, and E.
Right.
Moving on to 10 action items.
No action.
All right, then 11, next meeting is May 25th, 2022 at 6 p.m. On to adjournment.
Do you wanna-
Motion to
I'll
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Just real quick for everyone, especially you, Fred. The council did not vote to continue after May 4th to do commissions and/or council meetings for, or have council members or commissioners do their meeting by Zoom. So commissioners and council would need to be present. They'll still have a Zoom presence for people that want to Zoom in and watch the meeting. But, so yeah, our emergency order for that part has not continued. Now, that doesn't mean the council might change their mind in next couple of meetings, but for right now, they will all be, all next meetings for commissioners and council members is in person. But I do appreciate how fast you run your meeting. If you want to do, if you could teach your council members how to do that, I would really appreciate it. Because going home at midnight is, for Paul and I, is not very enjoyable.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Fred.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
Fred. See you at the next one.
I guess I'll be there.
All right.
Be there, be square.
That's right.
Recording stopped.
Uh-oh, recording stopped.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, so, yeah, well, because, our council went out to bid for new city attorney.